All right, guys, it's looking like a busy week for me work-wise, so I'm going to try and get started on some of these Saturday games. I'm still waiting on the results for some of these Conca Champions game in the middle of the week. Steed is involved, Pumas is involved, Cruz Azul is involved. I want to see how these teams perform before I can actually give a full breakdown. So I'm going to just break down what I can. I'm going to do my best to get all of them as quick as possible. I do have a busy week, and this card is not exactly the easiest, guys. A lot of 50-50 matches. A couple of traps that I'm kind of seeing, but we're going to get through it, and hopefully we come out on top. So, Pachuca at home, Mazatlan coming in. Mazatlan is not the same team on the road as they are at home. I do want to mention that. Pachuca, I believe they barely got through a win, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, they should not be minus 190, in my humble opinion. I don't think that the last win they got warrants that price, if I'm being quite honest. But let me check Pachuca real quick. I don't remember the exact result that they got. They had a 2-2 draw against Juarez. That was at home as well. I do want to be on the Pachuca side of this, guys. I just don't think it's worth taking minus 190. Again, Pachuca has struggled to win. They still have not won any game by more than one goal. So even if you play Mazatlan plus one goal, Pachuca minus one goal, you're not getting much out of it. I would want to play the Mazatlan plus one, but at that point, you might as well just I would say you play the draw. Again, very tricky when it's a team like Pachuca that just has not won matches convincingly. They're barely getting by somewhat. They have good wins, and the teams that they have beaten have been strong teams, and it's been by one goal. And even against the weaker teams, it's been by one goal. So at least they're consistently winning by one goal. But for me to get any amount of value, I want to play Pachuca in the first half. Like I said, Mazatlan is not the same team on the road as they are at home. I believe they're a little bit weaker. I think they're a little bit weaker on the road than they are at home. But again, this is a team that does not get shut out very often. So play Pachuca in the first half. Play both teams to score. We're getting an excellent price on both teams to score. I'm surprised it's not higher, if I'm being quite honest. And if Pachuca's offensive explosion is going to come, if it's going to happen, and if it's going to be in this game against a weaker Mazatlan, again, this is not the same Mazatlan that's at home, over 2.5. No-brainer for me. I like these three plays. I think we're on the right side of things. It just depends which version of Pachuca is going to show up, if I'm being quite honest. If the same Pachuca that was getting draws, well, I don't want to say they got a draw against Juarez. It wasn't. They were playing behind the whole match, though. That's the thing. Juarez was ahead 2-0 after the first half. By the time the second half came around, Pachuca fought and came back. But that's not what we want to see. We want to see that Pachuca be dominant, at least in this match for us.